Okay, how about this?
Cute burger. Apple.
Oh, taco. Duh. I'm Camille, and I have an obsession. I stay up late at night reading cookbooks. I imagine that the author is my best friend, who I cook with and ask a million questions. And this show is my chance to do that in real life. We're going into the kitchen to get to know the people behind my favorite cookbooks, to talk life, talk food, and cook from their book.
Shining nights, lights at night. Shining lights at night.
Like she could not say it.
Because shining nights, it's like alliteration. Shining nights at light.
I could not wait to have Lindsay come to the studio because I think out of almost every cookbook that I own, I turn to Healthyish for normal weeknight dinners all the time. So I feel like I'm constantly hanging out with her. We're gonna be cooking the front cover, and then we're also gonna be cooking the back cover, which is a single serving peanut butter chocolate cookie, which you had me at single serving cookie. Okay, so you were born in LA.
I was.
What
Santa
was
Monica.
it like being a kid in LA?
You could be outside all the time.
Yeah.
It's like being in Texas where you
Amazing.
just get to do, you're always doing sports, you're always
Yeah.
outside. Like we were at the beach all the time. Anywhere you have great weather, you have a lot of flexibility with the ingredients.
Yeah.
Bright things, that's what we think
Yeah,
of as LA.
happy food.
Happy food, happy life. I want to scrape all the way up the side to get it
Yeah.
mushed together. And if I were in a small bowl, I might not
Right.
be getting it as well mixed.
This is the one that I need the most help with, according to Lindsay. Use a bigger cutting board, mixing bowl, or colander than you think you'll need. I feel like I always choose like a little bowl because I'm like, oh, it's hardly gonna take up any room in the dishwasher. And then before I know it, it's like spilling out, and then I have to use a second bowl. So I've just blown my strategy by having to wash more dishes.
Yes. Like that, perfect.
Okay, into the freezer.
Yes, please.
So easy. Confession. This studio does not contain a microwave.
Just fill a small pan with water, bring it to a boil, put a bowl on top, hold it with a towel, it's going to get hot.
Makeshift double broiler. Totally worked. Oh yeah, double boiler, yeah. I'm still amazed that you styled your entire book. Just because you're a great cook or a great chef doesn't mean that
it's
you
totally
can
different.
bring it to life visually.
No, it's totally different. For me, food is just like practical art. And now we're gonna refreeze these so the chocolate hardens.
Can we hold please and talk about her toasts for just a second? Look at this. Like the most beautiful toasts in the entire world. Cookies are freezing. What time is it, Lindsay?
Taco time.
Smart, hilarious, and she means business in the kitchen. She's lived in LA, she's lived in New York, she's been a recipe developer, a magazine editor at Real Simple. Oh yeah, then that whole period where she lived in Berlin. I honestly cannot keep up with this girl.
I don't know if you guys know, but like one of the top kitchen-related injuries that causes people to go to the emergency room is slicing avocado.
Oh, 100. You do not get much more perfect than that, Avo. Really. My thoughts exactly. Normally, a person would be using tongs to flip the tortillas, but who knew that we didn't have any tongs at the studio? Fork stand in.
You know what we're gonna do, Camille? We're gonna make a trash bowl, which is one of my new to the kitchen tips.
Ooh, what's a trash bowl?
It's just instead of me, I keep going back and forth to the trash can, which is not that efficient. So I'm just gonna put a bowl on the countertop. Trash can go
Brilliant.
in there. Okay, those look great.
Thanks.
Those are perfect. But when you're buying them pre-made like this, you want to refresh the flavor. And so when you do them over an actual gas burner, it does that.
I feel like it's those little things that really make a difference when you're cooking. So Lindsay was a recipe developer.
Still am, yeah.
Is.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure when you're making like that many recipes every day, all the time, you like those little efficient tricks become so important.
It's so true. And
Right.
it's not just making your ingredients beforehand, it's also making sure you're set up right just for efficiency.
Mise en place.
You know how Julia Child said, nobody but us servantless cooks here? We don't have a staff of people to do our dishes.
Lindsay, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the little turn down pages.
You know exactly what I want to make. All the fillings. That flavor combo is out of control.
Thank you.
Those onions, they make it. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one for you.
Okay.
You jet setter. What's your favorite food city?
Portland, Oregon.
What's your favorite restaurant in Portland, Oregon?
The best dinner I had there was at Le Pigeon. Le Pigeon. How do we pronounce this?
If you could only take one food on a desert island.
Cheese. I don't even have to.
I thought you were gonna say avos.
Oh, no, cheese.
Cheese,
Yeah,
what kind?
No. I'm gonna go with this cheese called Charfamax.
Ooh.
Which is like an Alpine style cheese, similar
Okay.
to Gruyere or Comté. And the reason is because it has like different flavors, how close to the rind you are. And if we're trying to like really think about being on a desert island, I wanna mix it up. What's your desert island food?
Avocado. I know, I'm so predictable.
Oh, it seems good.
But
And you have
like,
salt from the
you've got
ocean.
fats. I feel like it would be very satisfying. I just need like some, what could I use as bread? Healthyish is so much more than just a collection of recipes. It really is about a way of life and a way of approaching the meals that you prepare and the meals that you eat. It's the perfect blending of enjoyment and pleasure with nutritious food that will actually make you feel your best. Are our cookies ready?
Ready.
Okay, I
Great.
feel like there's this old Chris Kattan clip.
Hi, you guys want some cookies?
That's all I can think about
The
right
answer
now.
is yes.
Yes, always
Okay.
yes. Cheers. If you want to know what this tastes like, think giant peanut butter cup. Let's talk about Healthyish.
Yay.
Congrats, this is your
Thank you.
first cookbook.
Yes, it is.
It's amazing. I've
Thank you.
already made so many recipes out of it, and I've earmarked like 20 more that are next up on my
I
list.
love that. And one of the things, actually, let's point out in the back of the book, there's a special diets index. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So in today's day and age, everyone has like a different thing. My mom's allergic to avocado. My dad's gluten-free. Like sometimes I eat low carb. And so I made a special diets index that has all the gluten-free, the dairy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free.
Oh my gosh, that's
Gluten-free,
amazing.
dairy, egg-free. There's the vegan recipes, the vegetarian recipes. Because the point is that this is a lifestyle that works for everyone.
Right. Well, and I think that's so great too, because it's like, if you are a strict vegan, you basically will be able to read ingredients and know. But what about if you're not and you have a vegan over for dinner?
Yes.
Then you might not know
Guess who's coming to
exactly,
dinner?
like, hey, you can't have honey because that's made from bees.
And then dessert, because dessert can be healthy-ish. That chamomile avocado was the hardest shot in the book.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? We
Yeah.
shot it 4 times.
I mean, ice cream.
Who would think?
Actually, a lot of these have like 4 to 6 ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing.
Keep it short. This book is for anyone who loves to cook, no matter how many years of cooking you have. It's about what I love to make in my kitchen and what I know can be replicated easily, won't stress people out, won't take a lot of money. Back to the dishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't cause a lot of dishes, and that they'll feel satisfied and
Wow.
spend time with your kids, you know?
Exactly, yeah, more time to hang out.
Yeah.
Well, you nailed it. I'm gonna be
Thanks.
cooking out of this for years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. The lesson here is food does not need to be complicated or difficult in order to be special and even elevated enough for a party or for entertaining friends. That's my goal, is to make really great food, but then be able to enjoy it and spend tons of time with the people I love.